Hey, have you heard about the opera from Leo's Janáček called The Excursions of Mr. Broucek to the Moon and to the 15th century?
Indeed, there are many interesting things to know about that piece. The librettists for Part 1 were František Gelner, Victor Dick, František Serafinsky Procházka and others, while Part 2 was written by F.S. Procházka. The two-part opera premiered at the National Theatre in Prague on April 23, 1920. Did you know that this opera was based on the novels The True Excursion of Mr. Broucek to the Moon and the epic-making Excursion of Mr. Broucek, this time to the 15th century by Sveta Broucek?
In Part 1 of the play, Broucek, a drunk, finds Malinka depressed because Mazel, her lover, has been cheating on her. Broucek dreams of life on the moon. He comes to this moon paradise and encounters himself with Blanketny. He sings an ode to Etheria, a lunar maiden. Broucek catches her eye, and she whisks him away, leaving behind Blanketny in despair. As the scene transforms back into the tavern courtyard in Prague, Mazel and Malinka return home singing a duet of their love for each other.
In Part 2, Broucek, once again drunk, encounters scenes from the past. One of the ghostly figures is Etch. When he sings, it is directed toward Broucek and the nature of this opera. Mr. Broucek is transported back in time, where he is quickly confronted by Hussite rebels, who accuse him of being a German spy. Broucek convinces the rebels that he is on their side, and is allowed to join them. He now finds himself in the midst of a battle for the future of the Czech nation. As the battle begins, Broucek flees the scene. He is found hiding, and accused of treason. He is sentenced to death by burning in a beer barrel. He boasts to Werfel that he liberated the city of Prague.
This opera is considered to be part of the Romantic period. In Bohemia in the 15th century there is conflict over the teachings of Christianity in the Bethlehem Chapel in Prague involving John Huss. When news of his death reached the people, they were outraged and formed the Hussites. They seized the churches and the land they were on.
Can you believe that this opera is politically significant because it reflects what life was like before and after the Hussites took over Bohemia?
When the opera premiered, it was not accepted due to the fact that it was derived from a popular novel series. There were many problems that were encountered in production.
Other than the fact that he composed the opera based on an existing novel series, there were not any comparisons to anyone else.
The music did not only represent the storyline of the play, but also the mindset that Janáček was in while he was composing the opera. He was very aggravated by all of the problems that occurred in the production. It is not until Part 2 that you can feel that he put some heart into it.
Characters that played the roles in operas had to sing and act. After all, that is why they call it an opera. One of the interesting elements about the composition is that Janáček uses violins and flutes a half step apart to represent the moon up in the heavens, where Broucek imagines he can escape from the problems of the world.